The League of Muslim School Proprietors Worldwide was inaugurated on the 30th of December 1997 as a national body with the purpose of bringing school owners together under one umbrella towards achieving excellence in the provision of quality education for children, especially the Muslim child. Few days back, the Lagos State chapter of the organization put together the 2015 edition of the League of Muslim School Proprietors Summit held at the Federal Institute of Industrial Research, Oshodi. The summit, which was an annual event, had at its theme striving for excellence.
We must strive to be better in this profession all day, every day. It has been observed that the impact of our works on those we hope to train only amount to 7%, and the tone of the words 38%, and what we do and how we do it 55%. Hence, we must learn what we know not, teach what we know, and live with what we teach to the best of our ability.
In his keynote address, the national president of the body, Alhaji Taiwo Tijani, spoke extensively on the summit's two topics, which were achieving first-class output in private schools and quality assurance instrument for basic and secondary education in Nigeria.
The theme of this year's summit, striving for excellence, cannot come at a better time than now, when stakeholders in the educational sector all over the world are working vigorously towards reinvigorating the standard of education through the use of more sophisticated and educational technology. The two topics today, that is, achieving first-class output in private schools and developing private schools to meet the Millennium Development Goals (MDGs), are specifically relevant to our schools today. With our erudite scholars on ground, I hope at the end of the program we shall be better informed on how we can move our schools forward.
The chairman of the occasion stated that the theme, striving for excellence, is both concise and stupendous at this moment when the wind of change is rocking the nation's political boat.
We have observed that most children attending secondary schools don't really use their vocational skills. We are not teaching them enough to use their vocational skills. We want a situation whereby these children will be trained in such a way that before they leave secondary school, they will have been equipped with some vocational skills that can even make their life sustainable after school if they are not opportune to further their education. I'm talking about the vocational skills that can help these children to sustain themselves through university education if they are not opportune to have a sponsor for such a program.
Speaking at the event, the Director General, Office of Education Quality Assurance, Lagos State, Mrs. Runke Sheyombo, made it known that in achieving functional and qualitative education system in private schools in the 21st century, certain standards must be met.
Have we ever sat down that why are you today? Why are you carrying on? Why are you today? Why are they doing things that are not right? And it goes back to you and I, as school teachers, that we need to allow the foundation to be properly laid. When you and I were in school, education was spread. We're crying out for that day. And that's why we said, we're now moving Lagos State schools into excellent standards.
There was also a question and answer segment.
In the area of dropout from basic 6, if there can be an enlightenment and jingle on the radio and television for the parents, because my house to have some parents that are saying that Nigeria is not in primary 6, and I told them the instruction for ministries that they should read primary 6.
Every child needs to go through every class, and the cognitive ability level of that child is not right enough for that Form 1 or JSS 1 or Year 7 as special schools we call them. So we might be doing more harm to our children than good. And that's why Lagos State has put it as a policy that every child will definitely need to do primary 6. So please encourage parents, and we will continue to do our best on our side as well.
Some dignitaries present shared their views with Education Report on TV.
Well, the signage for approval that we've actually just launched at the last Stakeholders Forum is something that we're expecting all private school owners to have in front of their schools. And this is only meant for approved schools, not schools that are not approved. And we want people to comply with a checklist as well. We are making sure at the moment that all the schools that we're approving are not within 500-meter radius. And so what we expect people to do is to get the signage approval. They can get it from our office in Alausa in Block 18B. So what they need to do is to then place this in front of their school. So with this unique number, people can counter check this on our website, and that's www.lagoseduca. Educa is eduqa.com. So we expect parents to actually counter check all these approval numbers to make sure those schools are actually approved in Lagos State.
Practical vocational education and religious education. I believe that area is missing in our education system. Though we have vocational education, but they are not practically oriented. What I mean by practical vocational education is the education that we inculcate to our wards in such a way that it becomes functional after they have left secondary school.
We are here for an annual program to assess what have been our challenges in the field of education, and our summit is to offer solutions to those challenges facing proprietary schools. And we meet annually to rub minds on those challenges with a way of providing practical solutions so that our school can move forward.
In all, the League of Muslim School Proprietors has been collaborating with the government at all levels to establish, maintain and sustain standards in all schools while facilitating the establishment of practicable and dependable Muslim educational system based on the Quran and the Sunnah. Since its inception in 2009, the Lagos Eko Secondary Education Project has been supporting more than 500,000 public school students and 7,000 teachers and school administrators in about 637 schools in Lagos State. The project has been credited with a recent success recorded among students of junior and senior secondary schools. Recently, the leadership of the project took it upon itself to train directors of school administration, zonal project administrators and supervisors on the 2015 end of the year student standardized assessment.
The standardized student assessment is one of the sub-components of the Lagos Eko project. The objective is to establish a standardized system for measuring learning achievements in our junior and senior secondary schools. The assessment is also part of the criteria for selecting the best performing schools for award of the performance grant.
The training assessment program was a collaboration between the Lagos State Ministry of Education and the Lagos Eko Secondary Education Project.
It is pertinent to state here that this standardized student assessment is a collaboration between the Ministry of Education and the Lagos Eko project to support teachers develop the skills required to improve teaching.
The facilitator, Dr. Gbenga Adewale, took his time to educate participants on the standardized assessment, laying emphasis on the responsibilities of the director, schools assessment, the principals, and of course the supervisors.
We try as much as possible to make a situation where there won't be any cheating because of seating arrangements. We always make every student an island in the sense that there are 4 sets of papers, and if you take a particular style color, let's say red, before him and behind him there won't be any red. On the left and on the right there won't be any red. Diagonally, this way and this way, there won't be any red. Diagonally this way too, there won't be any red. So that gives that child a confidence that he has a different question he's answering. So in that way, we also find a way of eliminating opportunity to cheat during the examination. But at the same time, we still want the principal to make sure that there's not any problem around that area.
The program was interactive in nature as participants asked questions and shared ideas. The practical session also had participants working on the optical mark recognition sheet. The training of supervisors in the 2015 end of the year assessment was indeed a huge success. Consequently, participants have been called upon to take full advantage of the program in order to add value to the outcome of this year's students' assessment.
Global Education Media presents Education Report on TV, the television program that promotes educational events and activities across the country for parents, students, practitioners in educational fields across categories, corporate organizations with products and services that appeal to the youths, government officials, particularly those saddled with the responsibility of managing education, and the general public. It also covers programs and activities in the educational sector, such as awards and opening ceremonies, school inter-house sports, collaborative engagement with NGOs, as well as corporate organizations, plus vocational and technical education, institution for people with special education needs, individual contribution towards the growth and development of education while celebrating success in the educational sector at all levels. Please contact 0803-323-2771 or 0812-120-1359. Education Report on TV, promoting excellence in education on television nationwide.